following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1. Had the loss, we talked about that, pretty well documented. We had the loss with Ellison, but you've had a good season. You've learned through a lot of people. What's your ultimate objective tonight, knowing that we have a lot of UNO left to go, but this is a playoff environment? Talk me through it. Simple question. And I'll type out Camaro's question in a second here. Just give me 1 second. All right, Camaro. And opening. See what Camaro thinks right here about that. But yeah, it'll be me in the booth. Sky, if you want to say anything, you're the ref. What's your thoughts on this, man? I know you don't have much, but you want to say anything, go ahead. See what Camaro thinks here. You want to your thoughts on this match? Yeah, I figured get the ref in here a little bit. Like I said, we'll keep this one short. We are a little bit behind. We'll see what Camaro says. Andy will be the home caller. Just wait for Camaro's response, and we'll go from there. Of course, best of 7, 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1 on the. What was that? Oh yeah. My objective is to give myself Pat. The sooner I win here would be great. I'm just trying to aim. Yeah, that's what Andy's looking for. 2 and 1 here. You get the 6 and 4. It's going to put you in a good standing for sure, especially with one tournament to go after this. 3 and 1 here, and you're really looking good. It's really the target number in this league. Try to get to 6, 7 wins and see where it sticks. Camaro obviously a little bit different today. He's looking to try to go more balls to the wall. Only had 2 wins right now, looking for a third, and maybe he has to go 3, 4 wins to feel a little more comfortable. Let's see what he'll say right here as we wait for Camaro's response. Camaro, obviously, as I said, hi. All right, very good. Can't ask for much more than that from C-Maro. Appreciate that. We'll see how we do. Thanks, boss. Let's get underway. And for that, we'll go down to Andy for the Game 1 call. Andy, your call, boss. Free board. What do we got? 10 cards. We're going to see what we get here for 10 cards. Of course, Andy here trying to get his big old 5th win on the season. Camaro looking for the upset. We're underway with the green 7. Into your pets. Andy going to strategize for those 10 cards. Of course, the mid-tier package on full display. The classic 7. Into the green 9 into Brian. Talked about table awareness. The last time we saw Camaro, he was out called twice with the Unos. Couldn't get the Uno calls in. See if that changes here today. Cameraman 55 taking his time. Looking to load up. For Andy, as I said, trying to shake off that Ellison rust. Had a good win against Carson earlier in the season. A good win against Zach. And, of course, the big win against Ed Ziema. That's why he's ahead of Ed. Into the green, too. Here comes Andy now. We're going to gone. A fellow rookie for Camaro. And Andy's juiced. Andy's out right now. Here comes Camaro looking to run free. Talked about for now. Yep. Looking to see if Camaro will be able to play a little bit on this one. But right now, Andy is juiced for the time being. You always talk about that with both these players. Here comes Camaro with the switch. Looks for a double. When is it time to make the break on the ammo? And he goes for a double from Goldie to Lara. For a double, look for the triple. He got the triple double Lara skip, and now Camaro Man 55 controlling the pace. Looking for 5. Does he have it? He does into a 4 right here. Can he play it in? All the green cards for Camaro. Where does he land? Oh my goodness, what a run. Camaro down to 3 if he can finish it right here. Camaro looking for more. Double +2 stacker. KT wild, but it will give Andy a chance to fire. Humongous run for Camaro. Andy on the defense to offense. There we go, +2. 15 cards, 14 cards for Andy, down 10 possessions. Here comes Camaro. He'll get it, down 10 possessions officially. Andy plays the non-4. Here comes Camaro 55 now. Down to the blue deuce into Brad. Andy will play clean with Nick, and now Camaro looking for another finish or a possible switch over. Had that KT blue wild. Did not finish the game. What has he got in the backstop? He'll draw, and that's what Andy needs. Camaro juiced everything, but Andy's going to draw as well. Has it to Nuno here. Blue 6, nothing into M. Now Andy drawing again. Patience game for Andy's been the one thing he's talked about his whole time up here, these first 3 tournaments. Let's see if he's got it right here. Nothing here, and it's going to be Patience Game City. And he's still waiting for the move. Camaro drawing back. Andy the 15, 16 now. Camaro, does he have a top deck or does he want to break out of it? Camaro taking his time, loading up. He'll draw as well. There's Andy's card. Oh boy. Thank you, Cody. Appreciate that. Here comes Camaro down to 2. Double plus 2. Or down to 4. Crazy. A 21 card comeback. Let's see what it'll be. Scott, make note of that 21. Trying to get Lamas. Thank you, Sandfer. Here comes Camaro. Somebody. I need somebody. Here's it. He sent Andy in oblivion, yeah. Oh, my God. That's game. That's game. There we go. Well, that was pretty much a ridiculous game. I don't have anything to say. I mean, Andy drew more cards than he played. Yeah. Jesus, man, that's crazy. I mean, okay, Jesus. Sam, your thoughts on just this game in terms of how Andy makes adjustments? Because there's not much to say when you have more cards drawn than you play. That's crazy. A yellow skip and a red skip. Neither is ever playable throughout the game. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, I don't got much to say here, Sandfer. I think that was just a classic Camaro from the start and draw. I don't think I'm having to say. I think we're good to move the game, too. It's kind of one of those games. All right, we'll go Andy with the start. Now I get some coverage here. See what Camaro says right here. 7 playable. What? 7 on a 10. So basically, he had 7 action cards. That's a 70%. That's been pretty good. That is ridiculous. Let's do 13. I think this is a good move for Manny. Go up. All right. Let's test it one more time. Try to split it. All right, Sandfer, you're going to be my CH guy if we get there. But your thoughts now, because Camaro definitely has found a little bit of rhythm here, and he's still drawing early. My goodness. Camaro now with free choice to go again, up 1-0 in the series. Sandfer here? Yeah, I was just going to say early draw on the green. Well, that could be a sign. Is he looking for some fishing, or is he going to have nothing? We'll find out. Let's see what will be here. Come on, really taking his time here, Sandfer, sorting through the cards. Might be one of those. Might be both. Zero sugar. Either way, and he's going to switch over. Yep. Zero sugar switch. Waiting for that potential. I don't know. You almost. Well, I was gonna say that, but I was waiting for that potential maybe ammo start from Camaro. He's usually a guy to start the ammo early. Let's see. He's a fire starter player right now, and let's see what he can do. Yeah, way cool here. Yeah, what is this, poker? Well, we are in Jackpot June. Makes sense, I guess. Zeros and threes are wild, I guess, in a little 5-card stud. Here comes Andy. Into Grim. Up to 4. Let's see what Camaro will do. Did a good job taking his time so far. Explosive when need be. Andy so far has just been playing more defense, just looking for some type of alternative as he has been shut out on the scoreboard with action cards, basically, other than that +2. Possibly. What will it be from Camaro? All right, Ditto play the group. Well, Ditto player comes Andy into Costa 9. Costa 9 now for Andy. Camaro, is he looking for a switch? Is he looking for a backdoor? Here he goes, starting to build momentum. He'll go for the switch. In a nick. A lot of double numbers. 7s, 3s, 0s. It's all pocket pairs right now. Yep. Will be from Camaro, man 55 now. Does he have anything in the switch, or does he start the party on the ammo? No, it'll go the old classic monkey combo. Dolly Parton in play. Here comes Camaro. Yep. Here's the skip. Myth first draw ball with the mid skip. Camaro, there's the Ellison, new car. Yep, there's the Ellison. It's in the toaster. Oh. Camaro man 55, that'd be from 8 back. Let's see. No. But he does slice it. Andy, all he can do is just run it. Nothing really he can. Andy can't do much here, Sandfer. He's kind of boxed in. Could be because he switched off the yellow. Interesting. +2 from Andy. Stops that right away. So that changed the game a little bit. So Camaro caught lacking a little bit on that yellow. Andy gets it back. Down 1. Now to 2. Yep, half off. Andy back to red. Trying to get Camaro lacking. And he is. It's a little bit of a run dry style JT and ISO play at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, one more JT dry action. Classic Camaro now. He'll look for a topper. He's one to play it right away. Yep. And then he's going to be one to play the patient game. Camaro right now has been getting a lot of the crux of switching and able to draw out. Andy needs to find something here. Let's see. He's still going to draw. As Monkey's here. The OG commentator. We'll have a triple booth now. Now hold on. Camaro with a +2 in the hockey. Here comes a double. Camaro 55. Humongous play. Humongous play from Camaro, man. Looking for 3. Does he have the triple? Does he say he's going to go for the heat check? Yep. The all +2 was used by Andy, so he's going for something big, but Andy might have something in the back pocket. He does. He's out of there. And he saves it. Great move from Andy. That will stop the presses right there. And he knows his deficiency on yellow. Camaro runs it. Whoa, oh! Straight out. He just straight juiced it. Interesting. Thoughts on that one, Sandfer? He straight juiced it after that quad. It works. That means he's on a one color. He could be on a one color beeline to yellow. That's something. Here comes Camaro. Oh my God. He's on a one color beeline to yellow into the Lamas Wild. Double Lamas Wild. Here comes Andy. Or a regular Wild. Let's see. Oh, he does it again. This is Nom style. Classic Nom style end around. Great play. Camaro flushed again. Maybe he might have some green, but he needs to get to that yellow. That's the key. Back to yellow. He's one-lining it. Wow. That is unbelievable. Let's see if Andy's got another answer. He does! That is crazy. Trips answers from Andy. Wow. So he faded that off. Great call from Andy, though, to keep protect the 9s. Great fade from Camaro right there, not going to lie. That is this ancient history, yeah. Not anymore in this day and age. Oh, what? He faded the plus. How did he get that one? Yeah, where did he get that one? That is crazy, man. And he finishes it off with a 6. Oh, Andy's getting torched right here, Sandfer. Shoot, what do you say? I don't know. Where did he get all this? I gotta ask him. He hasn't even seen a wild or even a regular one, yeah. Still playing more drawn cards than he's actually. Want to ask questions? Or you got me? Sandfer gonna ask Camaro. I'll ask Andy. Andy, I mean, you did a really good job right there of playing isolation ball, playing that tactical game, but draw. Playing that tactical game. Yeah, I was just simple 0. You play a tactical game, but if you can't really get a wild card, how are you going to really cook? Do you think you got to be maybe more aggressive on the +2 chance? Because you're getting torched right now. A grand total of 12-0 or 12-3 on +2s, wild +4s, and wild. Do you start thinking about using those +2s in stacks? Not over yet. Series isn't over yet, but intriguing to say the least, Sandfer. Monkey, you're here. You going to commentate as well? Monkey boy. Your thoughts on... Yeah, go for it. Thoughts on this series so far, if you've been keeping up? It's been crazy ones. A lot of Camaro all so far. Yeah, one of those situations right now where it's been all... I mean, Sandfer, it's been all Camaro. He's been Just running the gauntlet right now. Reminds me of the last time he played a California player. And yeah, he's been running through it. Kind of crazy. All right, we'll go to game 3. Sandfer will ask Camaro and type him out. How many cards? He just can't do 10, 13. And he's going to need a fight back here because I really don't have a question. He's just getting blasted right now. We'll see what Camaro will do here. Actually, I'll pay him. Or Scott, you got it. Yeah, you go for it. I'll ping him too. Just ping him. Just make sure. Yeah, there you go. Congrats. Yeah, of course. But you want CSR here in Division 1. Camaro, like I said, he's been just able to run the gauntlet. It's just getting the action cards he needs, getting what he has to get, and leaving Andy in the dust. And he'll go split the 12, so that's still keeping it upper tier, which we normally get from Camaro, upper tier guy. Does have the 5-6 if he needed. It's time into a gone green deuce. Let's see. Here comes Camaro, now to start us off. Andy down 2-0, power play still in the back pocket, but once again he has played more drawn cards than he's actually played. Drew more than he's actually played. That's how the story has been so far. Well, I guess you might be right, Sandfer. He's taking that drink. We'll see. Monkey, so far, your thoughts on the pace management from Camaro? Yeah, a little bit more medium, for sure. Not dark pace, but medium. Fine, a medium. Gotcha. See a little bigger from Camaro, taking that time on the first card. He'll go to the green 6. Andy, maybe I try to speed him up. Let's see. 0 sugar, yep. Into the greens. Game 3 now, like I said, Camaro looking to go up 3-0 here. Andy looking to get this to a game 4 and get the homestand on game 5. Extend it. Let's see what will be. Camaro with another play into the skips. Into the green reverse. Double play. Lara into Goldie. Looking for the trips to close out and land. Alright, man, no problem. Triple play into Ellison. Looking for the quad. My goodness. Already Sandfer is down to 6, 7 cards. He's down to 7. There it is. After another quad play from Camaro. Quad Maro has been the story today. Quad Maro. Quad play, Andy back to green, try an ISO, and it's going to work. That's what Andy's got to do. Play the ISO, right? Run the color to green, and play it from there. Here we go. See if Andy continues to run the green. He will, because Camaro's juiced. And just like that, Andy has now gotten this game back to where he wants. In control, up by a possession for the first time, really all series. What will it be from Camaro? He goes into red. Is that what Andy needs? Tie game, Camaro puts the switch on. Welcome back, Sandfer. Trips 4. That's all you missed. And a quad Maro play, the classic. Camaro juice. Now Andy can run the reds. And he will. Number efficiency so far working in favor of Andy. Still waiting for that last progression. There's the blow. Just about to say, waiting for that. Yeah, there's the Peter. See him a little bit later. Andy goes back to green, crosses it over. We'll see, we'll see. Into the green, under Aria. Camaro got another +2. Here comes Camaro for the lead. Should be able to have it unless he's got a +2 stacker. He does. Another +2 stacker from Camaro, and now does he have another one? If he has another one. There it is. Now Camaro has to be wary. And he's got 6 freshies, but so far you might as well take that chance when you're getting everything under the sun. Maybe hot and the sun is shining down on Camaro right now. That's what I'd say. Oh my god. Oh, split ammo? Is this Chomik? Is this Chomik? Chomik style from Camaro to get the 2. Didn't need a call out, maybe, who knows. But now Andy's got a decision. He's down 8. Only goes back to green. Maybe trying to save some of those plusers if he has them. Great move. Great play from Andy. He's going to draw it out. Yep. 10-3 now. Here comes Camaro. Green 9. Everything under the sun, man. That's been the story for Camaro. Everything under the sun. Here he comes, looking for 2. He gets the under the sun yellow. Unbelievable. Wow. Has to be all good. There's +4. Saved it. Great move. First +4 for Andy, and there it is. Please keep away a little bit. Camaro draws. That's big. Now Andy with some momentum back in his side. And a double play. Camaro, we did try the 9 efficiency, though. Remember, what's that last car, 9? That's the only thing I think of. It was, maybe. Definitely a possibility, but Andy will fire right away into the greens. Tie game. First time he's been really just back in the ballpark for a long time. Still fighting tooth and nail. Camaro in the red zone. Here we go. Sprint to the finish. In the Grim. Camaro to Grim. Camaro plays his own card. Camaro for 3. Does he have it? Back to double Camaro. Andy can go half off into Rogers. 3-3. Camaro look for 2. Got it. And it's a double up. Here we go. Is this double check? Let's see. No. Andy for check. He's got this fool. Pulls the KT Classic Blue. And that's going to do it. Andy gets a crazy win. That was insane because he did not get much there, Sandfer. That was crazy. You got to ask Camaro a question, maybe on some of that ammo control because he got burned towards the end for sure. Andy, I mean, talk to me third, man. You could have easily had thrown that +4 maybe when you knew that green switch. Talk to me about the patience game right there paying off because he definitely had all the ammo, especially on that +2 early chain. Did you get some of that +4 action in Wild off that +2 chain? Or will you think the number of efficiency, getting that experience of the reps, figured it out to finish it off there? Because that was a much-needed victory in what was a crazy game. So he did get that Wild from the chain. So, yeah, nothing, still not a lot going in his favor, but he's been able to fight with what he's had, which is sometimes what you got to do in this league. See what... Yeah, exercise more pain. I mean, Sandfer, you got to think, right, this is a case of both guys are fighting. Camaro is fighting for that control. You can tell with the ammo. And he's just fighting for control of trying to get the game back with lack of ammo. Really, just trying to get the read on Camaro's hands, he said. All that being said, though, it's still a close game, and you definitely can tell Andy needed that one. You don't want to fall down 3-0 with no power play, for sure. So you're glad he saved it. Where do you think the lines are going to be drawn for the adjustments now, Sam? For your good mid-game now, we're into game 4. How do you think Camaro adjusts with the ammo control? And how does Andy adjust himself as well, knowing that a lot of these games have been just fighting from behind? Monkey's bad. We'll get him in the next game. All right, well, we'll see what will happen because Camaro will pick again. He just can't do 10-13. Sandfer Sky, you can feel free to type that one out. Go for it. Sky will type it out. Andy looking to tie this series up. Had a little bit more control, a little bit more of that number efficiency we talked about. We'll see that with Peter on Jack coming up. We'll see what happens moving forward. For Camaro, as we said, he's just got to get the exercise of patience, use the control. Because you're having all the ammo, you got to learn to use the control to your advantage. As we're still waiting for Camaro Man 55. There it is. The 5-card sprint, Sandfer. No sender. 5 cards. Camaro rolling the dice, looking for the finish. Let's see. Get this win, then that would be big, especially if he uses no power play. Trying to set it up. Oh my goodness. A +2 off the start, and he's okay. And a little clip play on the classic green. No, you didn't have it. You didn't have it. And he's nothing. Juiced. Camaro for 2. No. So that's what Andy needed. Draw City. He's got to get into it and build something here. Camaro topper. That's what he's been known for. Can he switch off to get back to 3? Never know. He got it! Can't say doubtful, man. This has been crazy. We've seen 5-card starts that have gone haywire. Cam looking for Uno right here. Let's see. He's got it, but Andy will have a shot on his own card. Oh, back to green. And it's a good ice out, Camaro. Great play. And it's a KT Classic. There it is. Well, we saw that was coming from a mile away. Camaro topper. He top deck a +4. No. Okay. And he's going to be content to draw that one back. Unless it's a double 8. Let's see. Is that a double 8? Oh, my goodness. I don't even know what to say on that one. Camaro Man 55. This man could have power played too. It goes balls to the walls. What a save. It's working for Camaro Sandfer because Andy has had every answer. He has had no answers to every answer Camaro's had. Top decks are working even when they're not big. That is unbelievable. I don't got anything. All right, Monkey, I don't got anything either, buddy. Yeah, he's still drawing more cards than he's played. Oh, boy, this. Well, Camaro 1 win away from his 3rd win of the season. And he needs 3 wins away to get the comeback to force G7. Yeah, Camaro against California has been a story this year, I guess. Oh boy, I'm ready. Anyway, Camaro has been on a money. Let's see what Andy will do to try to spice it up. What are you going to be, buddy? If we're sending? Yeah, had a feeling. Full send, put it in the chat. This is it. Andy going for the full beans. At this point, you got to try something. Oh! Free choice, he may need that. At this rate, if you're in, you got to play a card. You got to play a card. He won't have. That's all we know. Yeah. It, what? He's going to ditto play. He's mind gaming, yeah. This would be a massive win for Camaro, who is way back there, for sure. Yeah, on your resume. We'll see what happens. Oh, but Andy's going to switch it into Logan. Euro twin. It's been a season full of just mirror imaging for both. There's the 9. And back to the yellow. And then Acosta from Allen, who play each other tomorrow. Oh, 8 now from Andy, placing the Camaro's card. Camaro down a possession for now. Andy has the possession arrow and the lead by a possession. It's been really about just the explosiveness from Camaro, man. He's been just able to use the ammo and get lucky as we go double Camaro. Yep. Andy, man, so many same numbers today. We've seen this the whole day. And here's Camaro first. Yep, no power play potential yet from Camaro, but he's going to go for a big play. And he'll go for a triple. Keeps it yellow. Andy zero sugars it. Still yellow. One possession game, this time in favor of Camaro now. Looking for 2. Into the KT blue. What will Andy have here? Does he have anything to ice it right here? Could be an end around. Or does he got a +2 just to stop that right there and stop and trap? +2s, there it is. Back to yellow, triple play, or is it a quad loading? Humongous play. Well, I talked about this, Sandfer. We said you might as well throw the kitchen sink at some point. And that's the kitchen sink. Kitchen sink thrown from Andy, and he'll get back to yellow. Great play from Camaro. That's great. Yeah, great move. Ice out. Go from there. And Camaro will save some of that action, too. Now he'll look to close the gap down 12 possessions. Camaro plays the yellow 6. Andy will draw again. Now you got to think, Sandfer, if you're Andy, you throw in the kitchen sink, you throw in the house. Are you waiting for switches? Because that's really what Camaro could falter with if he tries to go switch heaven. Well, I just called it. There's the switch. Into Sandfer, but that's what Andy seemed to have wanted with the Reds. Now to Zach. Into Allen now. From Zach to Allen. And now Andy, he seemed comfortable on the Reds. So this makes logistical sense.
Red 1 now, down to towards the minimum. Andy plays his twin again.
Yes, sir. And there's Camaro with the reverses. Does he try to get out of this
reverse,
color?
maybe color swap. Andy down to 3, so that one will be the, yep.
Into the greens. And there's Camaro with another skip.
Run.
Massive run. Humongous draft. Camaro goes for the
5 cards, doesn't add anything to Andy's stack.
And he should be able to play here, though. You got to think. Oh, that's big. That's game. Wow. Andy from the top rope.
Didn't really need to call the Uno there, actually. Could have just done the triple play.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to save it. But what a win for Andy. He gets one back. You know, Andy, I had mentioned earlier in one of those games, throw the kitchen sink. And was that just the advice taken? Throw the kitchen sink and see what happens? Because that ultimately, that triple +2 gave you the buffer, and Camaro just couldn't fight back. Talk to me about the calculated gamble to get that one back. figured that. Yep. Was that a case of lack of... Exactly. Having to take a back seat. I think that's the best question I could throw. You know, Sandfer, this has been a crazy game now. Both guys have put what they had to put on paper. You look at both guys putting what they had to put on paper, but Camaro still has control of this game because we talk about the cards drawn for Andy versus none. Well, despite all the craziness, he just finally broke over the threshold of more cards played than cards drawn. So he's still fighting, for sure. Feeling a little bit of both, he said. So a little bit of balanced attack from Andy, and then Camaro found it. I mean, we'll go to Monkey. Monkey, your thoughts on Andy fighting back? Because this whole series he's been down more, and he's been able to stay in it. Monkey boy.
Yeah, it just shows that Andy is trying to push. Oh, you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
It shows that Andy is just trying to put in that fight, trying to push every last second of it, and I get every little piece that they can, being down and then pushing through to get that win. So now they got to just do it again in Game 6 to push this to a Game 7.
I mean, Sam, for your thoughts on this, because no problem, Drip. Your thoughts on just Andy's mindset here, because now you know Camaro could do one of those low ties to strike it out back right here.
I mean, for Andy, you just gotta hunker down and do what you can do, basically. There's not really much to say. He's held his own on the 5 before. Knows that Camaro can't go to that, at least. I think a lot of it just comes down to what cards he's gonna have, be able to construct that proper run at the right time.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be definitely the run who will get on the best. All right, here we go. We'll go to Camaro. I'll take this one here. Camaro, no. 13, 10, and 5. What do we got? Gotta take that one. I know we gotta get to that other game soon. Reminder, winner of this game will get Lane or Zach, and we're gonna go Classic 7. Classic 7, Sky will put it in.
Yeah.
Who will be? Will Camaro find a way to close it out in Sixers? Andy forces Game 7, which will be back-to-back, where we saw Captain on. Power play still on the board for both. Game 6 started off with the G6 on a 7. How fitting. Now the question really becomes, Sandfer, does Camaro know how to control it, right? Does he control the ammo the right way? Andy's throwing the kitchen sink now. And, well, here we go. He's not going to control it here. Oh, my goodness. No power play, too, first turn.
Maybe not.
Nothing you can do here. You're just sitting back and relaxing. What is this?
There's no way.
Okay. Well, Andy's going to have to think of something. All he can do is ditto.
Ditto play.
6-3. And Camaro draws. Okay. And Andy draws. Well, draw city we go. Down to 7-4 now. And we're drawing it back. Now we're getting into that draw city, which was what Camaro wants.
That's favorite Camaro, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what Camaro kind of wants tonight.
Play aggressive.
Yeah, he wants that draw city, and he can usually just top deck something and go. And he just hasn't been able to get anything on the top decks. There it is, switching over to green.
Yeah, of course, it's Camaro that gets out of it first. Andy over to the blue.
Undercut. Now it's fair game. Undercut city. Blue deuce. Into the blue 8.
And Camaro, though, because he's trying to get down to 3. Andy's looking to try and get down to 6.
There's the red. Into the red 8. Here comes Andy. +2 saves it.
Who's going to step back?
Yeah, that saves the game potentially. 5's up now.
Both players in the red zone now at 5.
5-5. Here we go. Camaro 1 up this time. Here comes Andy looking for 4 tie. Or has he got more? He does have more. Double takes the lead, 3-4. Let's see what it'll be. Camaro plays it cool. Andy for 2. He's got the green 9. Switches it over. Humongous play from Andy. Makes the break. Here comes Camaro looking for 2. Back to the red wild. Oh, boy. Andy, nothing. Camaro for check.
Maybe game. No, what?
He's going to KT Classic it. Wow. Incredibly. Andy gets a green wild.
3-2.
We're back to where we started. Camaro nothing. Andy for check. He tried a KT Classic. Here we go. Andy for the win.
Don't tell me you're KT Classicing off the KT Classic.
That's taking KT Classic to the next level.
I mean, he said that's 2 wilds I don't have to worry about. What other ways they're interpreting that play?
I'm not sure. Let's see what he plays here.
There better be a card played here.
I think. Still Andy's turn. We'll see what he does. But yeah, it's a interesting comment right there.
Turn. He drew.
No, there's a card. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So now Camaro. Andy not going to use the power play. Going to try to do a tooth and nail here. What will Camaro have in the... What did he get off that topper? That's really it. It's 1-4. He had control, but then he decides to do a KT Classic, and then Andy gets a wild topper, no KT Classic, plays it clean. And here we go to square one. It'll be for Camaro.
That might be what he wants.
What will Camaro do? He's really taking his time on this one. Really taking his time, Sandfer. I'm not even sure what the other options are.
Well, I mean, the options are simple. It's +2, +4, or try and get color swap. But I think most of those are dictated by him having top decked.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the pause is here, actually. Well, we'll see what he'll do as we wait for this. Remember, winner of this game will get either Land or Zach. If Andy wins, has a chance with a sniff at a home table. Needs a Zach upset. If not, actually, it'd be Andy Zach part 2 if Zach were to win against Lane. If it's Camaro, though, it'd be interesting. Camaro Lane or Camaro Zach would be a fun one because Camaro and Zach do know each other. Here comes Camaro.
Oh, there he is.
Let's see what he's got.
Damn.
Can't power play with one car, man. And that's an L for Camaro. Well, he drew. Is that game for Andy? It is, and that's game 7. Unbelievable. I mean, how has that KT Classic from Camaro? You got to ask about that one, Sandfer. That was intriguing. I mean, Andy, how did you get that game done, man? Because there was not much really there for you, other than the fact that he ran the yellow reverses early and the skips. Was that a case of number efficiency, or do you think that red +2 saved the game? Because I was going to say your starting hand couldn't have been anything magical. That KT Classic from Camaro, not sure what that was about. +2, yeah. Wow. That +2 saved the game then, Sandfer, I guess. So he tried the KT. Wow. So all I can think of is the +2. He had it finished, and that +2 saved it where he was trying to go wild and blind. So that was a storybook.
But even then, the wild came. The KT Classic came after the +2.
Wow, he was dead after the +2. What? Wait, what? I'm sorry. Wait. You lost me, Sandfer? Where did he get that wild then? Where'd you get the... Wait, I understand it. How can you be dead if you have a wild card, though? I don't... Okay, then.
Yeah.
Well,
games bound.
Somehow Andy has found a way to go to a Game 7 where, in my humble opinion, he's been playing from behind the whole series, and... Wow, I don't even know what to say. I mean,
well, to be fair, that's the exact spot I ended up in. Somehow got to the Game 7.
I had no end. Wait a minute. That actually checks out, but he did have the reverses and skips in that one wild, so he did have play cards. I guess he just had too many numbers where he could. So I'm going to say. Let me ask him
have
this.
the connecting numbers, I guess.
Yeah, so dead end. So
say,
I don't.
Even then, I mean, hindsight 2020, maybe should have played it and just seen if Andy was swapped it to the color he needed.
All right, well, it'll be Game 7. Andy can't do the full send, but everything else is pretty much open other than the 7 and 12. Your call, Game 7, boss. No 7, 12, and 15. What are we thinking here for Game 7? I'm thinking this is 14 or 13, but I could be wrong. Yeah, there it is, 14. Well, double OG to finish us off. Here we go. Sky will put it in. All the marbles. Camaro looking for win 3. Andy looking for win 5 on the season. Something's got to give. And it's going to be a blue skip. Can Andy finally get a good hand? Because this whole series, he has yet to find one, really. And he'll go for a double skip, so the double play off the skip. So that's a little bit of aggression there. What will it be here from Camaro with a +2? Does he stack this one?
Well,
He stacks it.
And back to blue.
Stacks the +2. That puts him back to 18. Monkey's back in the building. Somehow, Monkey, we've hit a Game 7.
This is literally my series against Camaro back in March.
The only difference, though, here at Sandfer is Camaro now has thrown a little bit of those...
The only difference is I had to use the power play to get the momentum going to get me to the Game 7.
And there is still a power play for both parties as Camaro does a little Clint play. Andy right away on his own card. Game 7, thrilling so far. Mainly it's been a fight back from Andy. Camaro's had everything, conjuring up everything and every answer. Look at the stats. He's been the man with the plan. In the red.
Over the red.
Andy goes in from Logan to Monkey himself, the man who just appeared. Does Camaro have a yellow switch? He's got the green. That trips 3. Is that quad 3? Is that rainbow? Pop the Skittles.
That's rainbow 3. Bust the Skittles out. We've got the You got the switch over to yellow on the stack.
My God. How about that? I mean, now Andy, just like that from behind, is up 2. And no +2s remain in yellow. Little Camaro throw here.
We've got 1 still left in green.
He's going to go for the reverse. He still has ammo. Getting it under the sun, but he only doubles it up. So Andy's still with the lead possession if he plays. Should be able to.
I'm going to say, they're tied at 12 now.
Here he comes. Yep, he will be able to. 11 to 12. Andy up on possession. There comes Camaro. And he'll switch to red.
Back to red.
Andy to green.
Trips
Undercut
5.
City. Wow, trips it. Yep, trips it over. So Camaro was lacking a little bit on the green earlier. Does he have a save, though? Andy maybe a little bit deficient on the red. Into the green, too. Doubles up. Still Andy's favor. Power play still out there. Back to red. Big for Camaro. Here comes Andy. Keeps it clean with the red. He can go with it, though. In the ghost. A little Clint play. Zero sugar cherry. Into this 4. Camaro now. Makes the switch over to red. Andy goes for the red 4. 4 up this time. He'll go to the blue switch, and we're switching like crazy. Lights are turning on and off in the casino. Here comes Camaro into the blue nom. How does Andy respond? What's he do? He's loading up. Power play still out there. +4, Sandfer. There it is. First one in a while.
Yellow.
Yep. It's 5 to 11 now.
And into the red zone as well. Who's going to activate the power play first? Camaro
Back to red. Great play from Camaro, but does Andy save any red?
Power play.
That might be it. Here comes Andy. There's the yellow. There's the reverse. There's it. Triple. He got it. He figured it out. And Andy for the win on a green 9. We'll move on. A 3-1 comeback. Wow. He pulled a reverse U, buddy.
Wow.
That is... Andy was dead this whole series. Nowhere to be found. And found a way. That has to be one of his most incredible... That is... Finally. He finally got the hand, Sandfer. That's what he needed. Look at that. Look at the poker on that. My gosh. Full house of 4s and 9s. But you know what? He hadn't got a hand like that the whole series. He was waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally, that last game, he got the hand and he moves on. And he talked to me about the mental endurance to get that win, because that was not an easy one, my friend, to get. That was ridiculous. Sam, if you want to ask Camaro a question, I think he's going to have to go look back into that KT Classic, because that clearly made the difference. That was insane. Yeah, I think I was going to say momentum was probably the key on that one. And he finally getting drawn. Yeah, I mean, and I think I'm going to answer for Camaro. I think
did he even draw at any point in that game 7?
He did. Yeah.
Other than if he was handed +2s.
Oh, wow, no. Did you get those +2? So you got some of that? I don't even know. I got to ask about the aggression on the +2s. Was that rolling the dice? Sensing.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at... I don't see a single spot where Camaro even drew in that game 7. Like, he didn't self-draw.
I mean, how did he... Well, that's a confusing one, folks.
The only draws he had were from the +2s and the +4. Kind of Ron Luck, actually. Wait, did Andy draw?
No. No one drew.
No one drew in a Game 7.
It was a Plan A Game 7, but it was a weird one because they got drawn cards. It was weird. It was full gas, but it was full beans in a different way. I mean, how do we describe this series? Because it was all Camaro. The first 5 minutes of this series, first 10 minutes of this game, it was all Camaro. He was up, and then all of a sudden Andy got that sneak win, and then I don't even know, man. That's bizarre. That is a bizarre series to say the least. That's all I got for that one. I got the fresh bracket. Stuart just gave it to me, and all I've got to say is Andy survives. He'll either get Lane or Zach. Could be the home team. Could get a rematch with Zach pending if Lane does lose. But wow, what a topsy-turvy performance for both. And it was all Andy's second half of this series. And Camaro said this. In general, I didn't have much as I was trying to use what I had. It was fun and competitive. Gotcha, buddy. Cody Smart will get the quotes, I believe. I mean, Andy, your thoughts on playing either a rematch with Zach or Lane? Obviously, with Zach, you've seen it in March, but that was a long time ago, and Lane would be ridiculous. That'd be a playoff-style game. It'd be number 11 versus ranked 13. That'd be ridiculous. Sandfer, your thoughts on a big win for Andy, because he had a rally for that one. I'm not going to lie. Sandfer?
Sorry, what?
Potentially having to face Lane scares me.
Oh boy, we've been over this. I remember some people mentioning these things. Didn't end well with them in Super League debates.
Yeah, I mean that would be a playoff game. It'd be not one of those games where who knows what would happen. But your thoughts on Andy's performance in the second half of the series? Because the first half he was nowhere to be found. Then all of a sudden he just ran out like a storm.
I mean, it's a great story of perseverance at the very least. Props to him on being able to do it. Got the cards when it was mattering. Camaro just, I guess, a case of basically being a little too over-aggressive probably in some cases. But, I mean, that comes with experience as well, and I'm not sure. I mean, you can't really say anything bad about the Game 7 when neither player drew, and he just got beat to the finish.
Yeah, no, that's his classic Plan A, and got the power player to finish it off. Well, I mean, what a series, man. What a series for Andy. As we'll go into the schedule real quick, we'll go into the schedule. It's got that. Should just be able to get that there. And we'll have the next game will be delayed again. Peter Drip, probably half hour, coming up at 7:45. But man, oh man, congratulations to Andy. From nowhere to somewhere. First half was all Camaro. Second half was all Andy. But he gets through. He'll move on. Either gets Lane or a rematch with Zach from that round 32 all the way back in March. We'll see if that happens or does Lane pull through and we can set up a top 15 showdown, a quad 2 endorsement. Either way, looking forward to it. For myself and Charles Sandfer and our players and Skies the Ref, thank you for watching. We will see you back here very shortly as we got Peter Drip coming up next. This has been a presentation of MRE UNO Division 1.